Good morning. Before I start today, I encourage you all to think of 4 things that you're grateful for in your life. For those of you I haven't met, hello, I'm Jessica, and I'm honored to be one of Erin's closest friends. I started today with a paraphrase of one of Erin's last Facebook posts updating about the cancer battle that she lost in April. My heart continues to hurt so much in losing one of the most incredible people I've ever had the opportunity to have a friendship with. And although Erin lost her life tragically, her life was anything but tragic. I believe if she were here, she would want us to share our memories, our connections, to smile and even laugh, while remembering her ability to find joy, the beauty, the humor in almost any situation. So I choose to remember Erin today by sharing 4 things that make me smile and grateful to have known her. First, I'm grateful for Erin's thoughtfulness. Erin sent me a card in the mail on average, probably about once a week, from the time that we moved out of Astoria, where we were roommates, until April of this year. That's nearly 7 years of cards and packages and mix CDs. In fact, Erin was a firm believer in the mix CD. I don't know if any of you are lucky enough to have some, but she sent them to me several times a year. My entire 5-disc CD changer is filled with Erin's musical creations, the most upbeat dance numbers, and after her move to Texas, there was a transition to a lot of country music. So I'm still lucky to drive to work every day and listen to those sweet beats on my radio. Second, I'm grateful for Erin's sense of humor. I'm immensely grateful for Erin's sense of humor. There was never a dull moment in being her friend. Her ability to take a boring or mundane situation and turn it into an inside joke or a hilarious afternoon was unprecedented. For example, for 2 years in a row, we dressed up in these DIY Halloween costumes, one year as the Golden Girls, and a second time as Ninja Turtles, purchasing all of our items from the Goodwill and from Home Depot. Another time while visiting Erin in Rhode Island, she convinced us to rent these scoot coupes, which were gas-powered motor scooters, and we drove all around Newport. Well, Erin drove mostly. I was a little nervous about riding in the scoot coupe, but definitely along for the ride. And while we took selfies safely, of course, Deb pulled over to the side of the road. We got honked at. We made it up to 45 after coasting down this hill. It was an unforgettable experience. But perhaps one of my favorite memories, and only because everything was okay in the end, was the last-minute arranging of the food for Erin and Grigsby's wedding. After some hasty decisions, she decided to have a backyard barbecue, and our friend brought his brand new barbecue over to grill for the afternoon. And little did we know that based on the type of meats that we had purchased, it would be the first and last trip of Richard's barbecue after it caught fire while cooking the last of the hot dogs. Luckily, all was well, including Richard's facial hair, and after some quick-acting fire extinguisher skills, we cherished it as a memory of that day, rather than the afternoon that it could have been. And I could name numerous game nights, hat nights, or whatever we invented just to get a laugh. Heck, the week before she passed, we were Googling bedazzled eye patches and brainstorming pirate names as she was taking life in stride. Her name was Gloria and mine was Miranda, for the record. There was never a dull moment with her sense of humor. Third, I'm grateful for Erin's perspective on life. Before she had her brain surgery in July of 2015, Erin called me to ask if we could set up an event on Facebook. Her request was for everyone to work out on the day of her surgery, to do something she loved, being active, and to send her positive thoughts. And we originally thought maybe we'd have 25 or 50 people, but that day, over 720 people posted their activities from across the United States and the world, most of people we hadn't ever even met. And that was how they spent a moment honoring Erin, and that was what she wanted on that day of her surgery. And she just really encouraged people in this way. Her love of being active spurred her to support everybody to do their best, helped her to launch Acre Leg Coaching, her business, that's still active across 2 states to share her love of running and physical activity. And for me, nothing exemplifies her love of running or her steadfast dedication to lofty goals than her attempts to qualify and finally qualifying for the Boston Marathon. This feat took Erin several tries across several years, where she always listened to Black Betty to pump herself up and made sure that she had a good race number. For any of you who've raced with Erin, you know what I'm talking about. And she finally qualified in 2015. It was unbelievably exciting to see someone think that she could do something, believe she could do something, and persevere. That was just Erin. I'm also grateful for Erin's friendship. In the past few years, Erin had a goal of trying to meet a new person every single day. And maybe some of you are in this room today because you were one of those people. And I just think to myself how beautiful that is, to try to meet a new person every day, to broaden your world, your perspective, your horizon. And for me, Erin's friendship will be everlasting. When we were roommates, we'd stay up past our bedtimes talking, even long after Grigsby went to bed, even though he's quite the night owl, talking to each other, wondering about the world. On Tuesdays, we'd venture to my mom's house. We'd dine on lasagna and cheesecake, sharing our favorite show, The Biggest Loser. It was the epitome of what I treasure about friendships, and we just got each other on a level that bonded us more like siblings than friends. We could be in a room with one word spoken, a look from one another, and know exactly what the other was thinking. And most recently, I was honored that Erin was able to be a bridesmaid in my wedding, and just a few weeks ago, she honored me with walking her through the Survivor's Walk at the Race for the Rose in Houston. From day one, Erin and I were thick as thieves. And we always would say if we had met before our time in Astoria together, we absolutely would have been friends, exemplified by unknowingly wearing the exact same outfit in our 7th grade photos, both years and states apart. Clearly it was destiny. And I could be up here for hours and I could go on, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that while I'm mourning the loss of my friend Erin, I'm also looking for ways to continuously remember her, for the many ways she has influenced my life, her perseverance, her ability to be both vulnerable and optimistic, and her unwillingness to let cancer define her life. While Erin was a runner, she was a counselor, she was a wife, a dog mom, a daughter, an incredible friend, and many, many, many other things. She was also someone who just happened to have cancer. I want to leave you today with some wise words from Margaret Mead as a frame for how I plan to look forward on this life without one of my closest friends. So as you stand upon the shore, gazing at the beautiful sea, remember me. As you look in awe at a mighty forest and its grand majesty, remember me. As you look upon a flower and admire its simplicity, remember me. Remember me in your heart, your thoughts, your memories of the times we loved, the times we cried, the times we fought, the times we laughed. For if you always think of me, I will never be gone. Rest easy, my friend. I love you.